Okay, thanks for tuning into this video. So, my name is Brian Stevens with eXp Realty. I am located right here in Central Florida, between Tampa and Orlando, in beautiful Lakeland, Florida. I have been a real estate agent since 1998. Started with Coldwell Banker, went to Remax. Then my business partner and I opened up our own company for a couple of years when the market went this way, and did that for a couple of years during the short sale era. Then went to Keller Williams for about 10 years. And then just recently went to EXP about a year and a half ago and love EXP. So here is what I would like to have a brief conversation with you about today. Being in the business as long as I've been in the business, I have a lot of people, friends, family reach out to me saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about getting my real estate license. Can we sit down and have a conversation?" And I love doing that and just kind of sharing what I know about the business. And so I sat down with the gentleman the other day, young man, super nice guy, a guy who goes to my church, and he is just thinking about getting the business. He had some great questions. We had a really good conversation. And I left that meeting thinking, I need to have a little bit more specifics that I can go through an outline of maybe what to expect. So that's what this video is about. It's not going to cover everything. It's just the 10 things that really came to my mind that I feel like you should know as you're thinking about getting to the business. Okay, let's dive into it. Number one, you are in the sales business. You're a real estate salesperson, right? This is what we do. We talk to people, we build relationships. That is the key to this business. You're always going to be looking for the next deal. Lots of phone calls, lots of text, emails, face to face, meetings, hopefully with your appointments, your listings, and your sales. Lots of communication. But you're in the sales business. If you don't like sales, and I don't mean trying to sell something, that's I mean sales, communication, follow up, getting with people, talking about real estate with people. If you don't like selling, if you don't like overcoming objections, if you don't like following up with people and checking in and looking out for their best interests, then don't get in this business. If you don't have any sales experience, this could be a harder business for you to dive into. If you have a little bit of sales experience, fantastic. You don't have to be an extrovert. You don't have to be an introvert. That doesn't really matter. I've seen both personalities do very well in this business, so don't lean toward that. However, you're in the sales business. Know that. If you don't like it, cut the video off and move on. But let's go to number two. You are always going to be lead generating to find more buyers and sellers. I love this fallacy that some people think you get your real estate license and people are just going to start calling you left and right. "Hey, Brian, hey, I heard you got your license. I want to list my house. Brian, I want to work with you. You got no experience, but I heard you got your license. Can you go show me $500,000 homes?" I mean, there's this false perception that people think, I believe, they don't say it, but I can tell. They think they're going to get the real estate license and they're just going to get bombarded with people who want to use them. Couldn't be further from the truth. So it is a lead generation business. You're always going to be looking for your next deal. You're always going to be lead generating to try to find buyers and sellers. When you stop lead generating, your business is going to die. It is a continual process and practice is lead generation. Now, open houses is one way to do it. Door knocking, contacting your friends and your family, social media, calling expired listings, networking with other agents. There's so many ways to lead generate. That's for another video. But know that you're always going to be trying to find more clients, more buyers, sellers, going on appointments. You're never going to stop lead generating if you're going to do a great amount of business, right? When you're doing any kind of volume, you've got to be lead generating. Okay. So you're always going to be doing that. That's thing number two, which is really hard and really takes a lot of discipline, but it's something you really have to do to get a continual form of business. Here's an example, and I've gone through this more than just multiple times. When I get in a pattern of my life, whether it's a week or two or a day or two or even a month or two, whatever, of doing little to no lead generating, slacking in it, being lazy, not really focusing on it, my business does this. It suffers. You have to always be building your pipeline, always. Okay. I'm going to stop there and go on to point number three. Point number three is this: real estate is hard work. It is. It is work, right? People think you get your license again. Oh, that's easy. All you do is open up homes and show homes. It's a lot more than that. It's really hard work. Self-discipline is very important in this business because you're self-employed. You have your own business. You're going to be your own boss. You're going to need to develop some really strong habits in how you can run a successful business because you are the business. It is your business. It is nobody else's business. You want to dress for success. You want to handle yourself professionally when you're working with other people, and you want to build relationship with other real estate agents. So important. But real estate's hard work. No two ways around it. My wife, we've been married for 24 years. Okay. But she's seen, I was in real estate before we got married. And since we've been married, she's like, man, real estate, you got to work your butt off. It's not easy. You're kind of always working in a sense. You're not really, but that's another video, but setting up your boundaries and that kind of stuff. But let me say this. I don't even know if I have this on my list. When you're first in the real estate business, you're going to work weekends and evenings and all kind of hours, especially as you're establishing yourself. I'm not going to say you're not going to have a life, but there's going to be seasons, if you will, that you're going to go through, and you're going to be doing open houses a lot on weekends. And you're going to have to meet that buyer at 5:30 at night and show them homes for a couple hours because that's when they get off work and they want to see houses. So that may mean you missing a family meal. You're not doing something with the family. It may mean that. That may be some of the sacrifice involved. Again, that's not a hard and fast rule, but this is something that's kind of very probable, especially in your first year in the business. Now, and that can just continue on. Real estate is a business of evenings and weekends. Even as long as I've been, it doesn't matter. I still have to work Saturdays sometimes. Sundays, I usually try to protect. We go to church and we try to just have our Sabbath that day and kind of relax. But there's sometimes if I know I have to do something on a Sunday for a couple hours, I will have my Sabbath or have my relaxing day on Saturday. So anyways, you have to not be scared to work. It is hard work. Number 4, surround yourself with a good team of people who will guide you and help you succeed in the business. Very, very important. Okay. Good training in the first year is just super important as you build your foundation as a real estate agent. Very, very important. Find a mentor and other realtors who are hungry and then they desire to do business the right way. So surround yourself with good people in this business. My first year in the business, I was with Coldwell Banker right off, you probably don't know Lakeland, but right off South Florida Avenue. And it was a great office. And there was 3 or 4 ladies there that, man, they just helped me build my foundation. They answered my questions. They were wonderful. This is when we used to handwrite contracts, you guys, okay? That tells you how long ago. And we go over there and now there's nothing wrong with handwriting contracts, just in case, okay? Some people still do that, but now it's all email and all the DocuSign and Outlook. But we used to bring the contract over. I did to some of my friends that were helping me build the foundation business. And I used to say, what do you put in that blank? How do you fill this in? And so just having the right people around us for the right mindset to encourage you, to point you in the right direction, to say, hey, don't worry about that right now. This is what you need to focus on. Here's the documents you need to submit with this offer. Here, don't worry about this part. Focus, make sure you do this. I mean, all these things are super important. You know what they say, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And many people say you are a result. Many times you're formed or shaped in the top 5 or 10 people you hang out with the most. They just rub off on you. Same thing with real estate, right? Who you're hanging out with is a lot of times how you're going to become as an agent. So you get it. Okay. Number 5. Number 5 is really, really important. Focus on one thing. And this is so important. Getting the commission check. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to see if you were listening. That is not the one thing to focus on. Although that's not a bad thing. Okay. If we'll admit it's not a bad thing. And we can get commission breath and get focused on that. That's not the one thing. Don't take this out of context and push it over there. Focus on this one thing, helping people. You're in this business. We are in this business to help people. If that becomes your real focus and you can say unto God, Lord, I want to help your people. I want to help people that really need help with their real estate needs. I want to help people and make that a focus and a priority. You will do very well. Okay. It's really that easy. Truly looking to serve others in this business. It's an honor. It's really, really cool. If you're only out for the sale, for a quick sale, and don't really care about people or building a relationship, not that you're going to be buddies with all the people you use, right? But if you really don't have a genuine care and really helping that person, you're not going to probably be a long-termer in this business. You're not going to last. You may sell for a couple of years, do decent, but then you'll fade out. The business, if you will, you won't last in the business because it's a tough business. But also people want to really work with people who know that they have their best interests at heart. It's one thing that we pride in our business is if we can't help somebody or something, it's maybe doesn't make sense for them to sell right now because they have no equity and they have to bring money to the closing table, and you run the numbers and you're like, here's really the reality is going to happen. Don't list the house right now. You need to do this or that. And I don't make any money if I don't list the house and sell it. Yeah. But that's not the best situation for that person. You really have to think when you're working with buyers and sellers and people, how can I really help you? How can I really serve you? And when you have that mentality, it's really cool how God blesses that. Okay. Number 6, right? We got them so far. Number 1, you're in the sales business. Number 2, you're always going to be lead generating. Number 3, real estate is hard work. Number 4, surround yourself with a really good group of people. Number 5, focus on the one thing, helping people. And number 6, you're self-employed. If you don't sell homes, guess what? We don't eat. We don't get a paycheck. You're a 1099 employee. You don't get a salary. No, not unless you're in some team and some weird special kind of situation. But majority of real estate agents, we're all 1099. That means we are our own boss. That also means we have to have payroll taxes. If you have an LLC, you have to pay your own taxes, I should say. And you're self-employed. So it's good and it can be tough. But make sure you do this. When you get a commission, save a percentage of that for your income taxes. Hey, I can tell you there's been a couple of years where I've really blown that. It has come back to bite me. It is not fun owing the IRS $5, $10, $15, $20,000 in taxes and having to borrow it from your dad. I'm just saying that may have happened before. Oh, not cool. If you want some good wisdom and good advice, every commission you take, right? A couple things I do. For example, number 1, I tithe off of it, 10% to church, just like the Bible says in Malachi. Always follow that. Number 2, you pay taxes on it, right? Now, I'm not going to give you a percentage because you may be in a different tax bracket. I don't know what you're earning. Save for your taxes, okay? Pay quarterly. We do estimated estimated quarterly returns. Do that. Whatever works for you. Some people just put it all in one account and pay it all at once. Make sure you save for your taxes. You are a self-employed individual with a 1099. Number 7, as you're getting into this real estate business, okay, I'll go quicker on these, I promise. Number 7, have a 6-month savings account. Whenever you get in this business, know that you may not have a check for 6 months. You need to have some savings. Okay. I don't suggest maybe your wife stays at home and takes care of the kids. I don't suggest that you are banking on making a sale the first month or 2, and that's your income. I don't suggest that. Know that you're on a commission-only business. Sometimes it takes a few months to get going in this business, and I'm being very modest there. It definitely does take several months to get in the business. I've seen people jump in it quicker and work harder and be successful sooner. But I've also seen people that do not get a check for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. So that's going to depend on your work level, your motivation, how much you're really putting into this business. But here's what I know. Have a 6-month savings account just in case you don't get a commission. Okay. Now, another angle to do this business in, which I honestly feel is a good angle, is there's pros and cons to what I'm going to tell you here, but I think it's good in a lot of ways. If you can have a part-time job and have a job that has flexibility to do real estate on the side, when you first get into it, it's a good thing because you've got your salary from your other job. You still honor that job. You work that job. You don't work real estate in it. You work that job hard, and then maybe evenings or weekends or after hours, evenings, you can work in real estate. We've got a guy on our team who's part-time. He does that. He's learned and done very well in this business, but he works hard. He makes his calls. He makes his contacts. He makes his social media posts. He's calling me with asking for advice. How do you approach this? Great guy and great family man. And he's doing that. So not a bad idea. Some people just say, I don't want to have work part-time. I want to get full-time results. Go into real estate full-time. If you do, man, have some money in the bank just in case you can get a check right away. Number 8, there are highs and there are lows in this business. Be prepared for both, right? It's harder than most people think. A lot of people think you get your real estate license and it's very easy, and all you do is go open doors and you get checks for $5,000 and $10,000. That's not the case. Real estate, again, is a very hard business. The highs are high and the lows are low. I like to try to stay in the middle because I know it's not good to be up here too much, and you definitely don't want to stay down here. So try to stay in the middle with your mood, your emotions. Whenever you have a great month, awesome. Save money because a low month could be coming. It probably is, especially when you're first getting in the business. Just know that there's a lot to this business. It's not complicated, but there's a lot of details and there's a lot of things you want to do right to be successful. So there's highs and lows in this business. That's number 8. Number 9, you have to be self-promoting to get the word out there that you're a real estate agent. Don't be a secret agent, as my real estate coach and mentor Tom Ferry says. Don't be a secret agent. You've got to self-promote. You got to let people know that you have your real estate license and that you would raise your hand. You would love to help them. You can't be shy about that. Again, you can be strategic. You can do all kinds of strategies. You don't have to get in front and act crazy and be a high extrovert, but you really have to be self-promoting. You have to, and there again, I don't want to go off on strategies of how to self-promote yourself because there's so many people are so much better than I at that. But I've learned to self-promote myself, not to make it about me, but to allow God to use me to help a lot of people, to get the word out there that I want to be a real estate agent. I would love to. So you can't be the secret agent. You have to have conversations out in the marketplace, pass out business cards, not to everybody and be annoying, but in strategically doing that, let people know you're a real estate agent, right? Always lead generating, always looking for the next buyer or seller, thinking about it, letting it be top of mind. So self-promoting, getting the word out there. I've got a lot of other strategies and thoughts how to do that, but no, you've got to always be promoting. And number 10, and I'm going to get this video done under 20 minutes. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Number 10 is this. This can be an amazing career with lots of blessings. Absolutely. Have a long-term mindset. Don't think short-term. Don't think hurry up, quick dollar. Have a long-term mindset and God will bless you. Allow God to use you to help people in this business. Give them great service. Act with integrity, with honesty. Work hard. Be very straightforward and honest with people. You will have a great business. I promise you. I hope this video has helped you. There's a lot more questions you guys may have. I would love to have a conversation with you about our team, if you will, eXp Realty, Realtors of Faith. All my contact information is below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and God bless you.